Alright everybody, hello and welcome as always. I am Sean. This is In the Mixer, episode 38 of our Isle of Man series. We are motoring along in Season 6. Things are going very well. Now I think, if I remember back correctly, I might have already used a roller coaster background for a thumbnail in a previous episode. You're definitely going to get that one again today because there are just so many twists and turns in this season. It is ridiculous. We're going to jump in and have a quick look at not just the lineups for the game, which you can kind of already see in the small screen here, but also the league title and the different changes we've seen over the last few games. Right, so as you guys can see here, we are currently sitting in second spot. We do have a game in hand on top place Chester, which could potentially see us move into top position and start to set up our last, like 10 to 15 games of the year. Now, where were we in the last episode? I've got to remember who we played because it was a couple of days since we recorded it. We beat Dag and Red 5-2 and then drew 0 all with Bromley, which is a little bit frustrating. But since then, February has been a great month. 4 consecutive victories. And I was bitching and moaning about not getting a clean sheet. We've got 3 in the last 4, which is fantastic. We did have to come from behind against Worthing in the FA Cup. The FA Trophy. They did score in the first minute, but we were still very good in this game. We were on top of them for most of it. It was a late Mampala goal off the bench that eventually got us the win, but we were the better team. We just, again, need to make sure that we finish our chances as effectively as we can. And then also a good 2-0 victory against Grimsby, Gaxa and Mampala getting amongst the goals. We did rotate a bit here. Austin Samuels did not play. Oh no, I take that back. He did play, but he didn't play well, so we benched him. Does take us the games today against Torquay, who are down in 6th spot, and Billericay, who are still sitting down in 21st position in the league itself. What's blowing my mind is that Chester, similar to us, they came up, promoted last year from the Vanarama National, won the playoffs when we got promoted as champions, and they have just absolutely smashed it so far in Vanarama National competition. And it's not that different a side. It's still Amura, Simpson, Collier, like the same guys that we played against last year are still there, still playing, and still performing at a decent level. I do want to go above them. I do want to be the team that is leading the pack, then having to worry about chasing and whatever else. We've dragged back in everybody's goal difference slowly over the last couple of months. You remember, if you think back to the first episodes in Season 6, there were guys that were on like plus 14, 15 goal difference when we were on like plus 2 and 3. So we've done quite well to continue kind of chipping away at that, but this is really, I think, the last opportunity we're going to get for catch-up fixtures, and everyone else should be effectively on 35 games, 36 games, 37 games, level all the way through the rest of the season. As far as our FA Trophy run goes, we have beaten Worthing. We've got St. Neots in the next round. They are a Bet Victor Premier Division Central team. We should have enough to get beyond them. We will hopefully come back in the next episode and potentially towards the end of March have like a semi-final, quarter-final type fixture in that competition and chart our progress in that one a little bit as well. More than enough talking from me, guys. Let's go and have a look at the 2 lineups for the Torquay game. It is a massive fixture for us and the makeup of our season. So let's have a look now. Alright, so as you can see, Dennis, of course, in goal. Carson and Bellahoon is pretty much our central defensive partnership at the moment. Melbourne and Connolly will continue as the 2 fullbacks with Wang and Longello on the wings ahead of them. Cornett has been fantastic since we signed him in that last episode. He has been excellent in each of our performances so far. He'll partner Roland in midfield. Gaxa will play at the 10. He has just jumped up quite a bit. I think he started the season as like a 2-star current ability, 4-star potential player. He's now at full strength and performing very effectively. Samuels will, of course, lead the line up top, and Mampala back amongst the goals. He's got 3 in his last 3 appearances. Hopefully, if he comes off the bench, he'll continue that run today. Passionately, we're going to say, I know a lot of you have been keen to avenge what happened last time we played Torquay. Again, can't remember. I'm assuming they won. But we are going to go out there and try and get 3 points and push ourselves up to top of the division. Even a 0-0 draw, as things currently stand, would be enough to go on top of the league with our plus 53 goals scored. Sorry, 53 goals scored plus 23 goal difference, level with Chester, who have scored fewer goals. Thrown here on the right, first highlight we've seen. Connolly plays it inside to David Wang. Skips past one challenge on the right-hand side. Can he get a ball back across? Hangs one towards Samuel's back post and he's offside, but it was a good ball in and a good header as well. So at least we know where the back of the net is. It's always a good sign. McDonald, long ball forward now to Whitfield on the left wing. Connolly just needs to stand him up. Instead, he wins the ball back. Plays one in towards Samuels, but Winter with a good header for Torquay. Ball in towards the corner. Dennis should come out and claim with ease. Work it out the other side, boys. Carson instead goes long up the line towards Samuels. Flick on header. Cooney recovers. Plays it back into midfield. Bruce looks to send it into the corner. Finds Pemberton now on the right wing. Longello did close him down. He did get the cross away eventually. Roland recovers the ball for us, then immediately just clears it long. We probably didn't need to do that. Savage, ball into the corner. We're inviting pressure, by the way. We're giving them the ball back here. Roland plays it out wide right to David Wang for us. It comes into the first half. Plays towards Samuels, who gets there first. 26th goal of the season for him. We saw David Wang and Austin Samuels combine a minute ago for that disallowed goal. And we've just seen a fantastic ball played from David Wang to find Samuels off the shoulder. He's just scoring at all levels. I can't wait to see, if we do get promoted, I do want to see Austin Samuels in League 2. I think I mentioned it last episode about making that adjustment and going to like regen players. I think we will try and keep some real players in the squad into League 2 football just to see what he's going to do at that level, because he's been absolutely immense for us so far. Melbourne throw in here, plays the 1-2 with Samuels, ball in towards Gaxa, he challenges for the header. Bruce heads away and then Cornet gets his first goal for the club. It is a thunder bastard from 25 yards out. We're going to check this one out in 3 dimensions. You can see the defensive header away just falls towards him and he pretty much just rifles it straight back in. Gaxa goes up, Williams with the initial header, Bruce with the flick on away, and then Cornet doesn't worry about it. He just smacks that straight back in on his not favoured right foot, and it had enough power on it to get beyond the unrushing keeper, and we go 2 goals to the good with about 10 minutes remaining. We're going to demand more just to give everyone some focus through to the end of the first half. But statistically speaking, they haven't had a shot yet, let alone one on target. So we are dealing with everything they're presenting with us so far. And we've just got a 3rd goal. Longello finally with a decent corner. I still haven't remembered to do corner routine. Someone please put it in the comment section so I remember tomorrow. But a great ball in here for Samuels. A lovely run. And that is just a superb header into the far corner for his 27th goal of the season. He's probably going to crack 30. It'll be a stretch to see him get to 40 again. But if anyone can do it, it's the big man up top. Passionately, we're going to say very pleased with the performance, lads. Keep it going. Nothing to be upset about here. We'll give it another 15 minutes and then we're going to look at form and mainly fitness rather than match ratings for our subs and stuff, because we do have to keep an eye on that game in a few days. And look at this. Top of the division, 2 points clear as things currently stand. Right, we're going to make our 3 subs. Haygarth, Major, and Mampala will come on for Roland, Longello, and Gaxa. I wanted to take Austin Samuels off, but he's on a hat-trick, and I don't want to upset him. So we're just going to leave him out there to try and get his 3rd goal. But in reality, those subs are just so that everybody is fit and ready to go for the next match in this episode. Ball across to Cornet, finds Mampala. Reverse pass to Samuels. He gets the strike away. If he had found a bottom corner, that would be a goal, but a good save from McDonald, who forces it over the crossbar. Corner is pretty poor again. Major tries to play it back in. The highlight comes to an end. Haven't had a highlight in a good few minutes here. We're going to demand more for the last 10 minutes, but Connolly has a throw-in on the right-hand side. I'd take a 3-0 win. I'd love to keep a clean sheet. That's really what I want. Ball in towards Samuels. There's his hat-trick goal. 28 goals of the season. A hat-trick on the day, and that is another excellent finish. Again, that right-hand side, that Wang and Connolly overlap, finding the cross, and Samuels' movement off the shoulder has been fantastic for all of his goals so far. Just peels off. Side foots that one home into the bottom right-hand corner. Keeper can do absolutely nothing about it. Maybe the defending is a bit suspect, but 4-0 on the day and a hat-trick to our star man up top. They've got the ball here, about 40 yards out. Dye to Ord, back to Ryan. We seem to be dealing with it fine. Williams now steps into midfield, plays the ball into the corner towards Manton. Tries to get the cross in. Connolly closes it down well. Exchanges players with Haygarth. Now Samuels releases Mampala on the right. He hasn't got much of an angle to work with. He goes for the strike anyway. McDonald pushes it over for the corner. And 85th minute, we should have David Wang put this one in. Doesn't beat the first man, which is always frustrating. Wang with a deep one across towards Cornet, who goes for a strike again. Can he get the ball back across? Resets through Carson. Haygarth at the top of the box into Major. Work it out to the right-hand side, boys. David Wang skips past one challenge. It's closed down well by the fullback. Ord then scrambles it away. Is that the end of the highlight, or are we going to see a little bit more here? End of the highlight. 2 minutes to be added on. We just need to see through the game. And Dyer plays it square to Savage, and they've fucking scored. So we can't get the clean sheet again. Remy Savage with his first goal for the season and first goal for Torquay. It's just kind of a bit lazy, to be honest. Not tight enough to him, and he just really rifles that one back across the keeper. Makes, like, 4-1 would have looked so great. 4-1, but who cares? I mean, I care. I wanted the 3 points. We go top of the division. I shouldn't complain. Passionately, we're going to say very pleased with the result in your performance, boys. And hopefully, look at that. That is glorious. 2 points clear at the top of the division. Having played now all of our games, everyone having played 35 games should make it nice and tidy as a run-in for the rest of the season. Samuel sent us top with his hat-trick. He was absolutely magnificent. We're going to passionately tell him superb in front of goal last time, and he is happy, which is good to see. Doncaster, keeping an eye on him. Wade Elliott is their current manager, who looks mainly like he's posing for LinkedIn photos rather than actually taking photos as a manager. And we are now 7 matches in a row without losing. I told you guys that we were going to use that roller coaster, and it has been so up and down in terms of our runs and form, but potentially we may have a perfect month if we can get past Billericay in the next match. Magic of editing, way to jump forward and look at the 2 lineups now. Right, just like that, we are a few days ahead. It is an unchanged lineup for us. We give everyone a rest day in that time as well, just to keep form, fitness, whatever else up. But if you've got a winning team going, don't overthink it. Just get them all out there. They've got still a decent looking lineup. They do still have in-game, what's his name? Glenn Tamplin as the current chairman. They've got Idris Kanu, who I cannot remember why I know his name, but I swear I might have either managed him before or done something relating to Idris Kanu. He's nothing spectacular. He's not tearing up like the competition at this level, but I can't remember what it is that I remember about him. Michael Class in midfield looks solid. Ex-Southend junior, has played at Billericay for a good few seasons. Good technical ability, and that's usually what I keep an eye out for if I call a midfielder solid at this level. Everyone can be physically good. Most are mentally decent, but technical attributes like that, a lot of stuff in double figures, is always interesting to see. We've got Kwame Osigwe, an ex-Preston or maybe Bolton junior from back in the day, now 23 years of age. Look at all these clubs he's had despite only being 23. That's a crazy amount that he's moving around at the moment. And then Dorset will play alongside him, 22-year-old ex-Reading junior. Looks fairly solid, has now played for a good few seasons at Billericay in that time. So they're not doing too well in the league so far this season, but they do still have a decent few players that we are going to have to keep an eye on. I feel like I've said that quite a few different times. Sometimes they punish it, sometimes they don't. Assertively, we're going to say the recent form standings have Billericay in 6th place while we're first, so they're definitely improving, but we are on a good little hot streak, so hopefully we can continue. And there's nobody else playing today, so we might have an opportunity to go 4 points clear at the top of the division, and that extra game that comes with 4 points would be phenomenal to get. We've got to throw in here, first highlight of the game, Connolly's going to take it deep in the right-hand side. Deep ball across towards Longello, back stick. The header was pretty slow. Edwards had time to come across and claim. Is that the end of the highlight? Are we going to see a little bit more here? Long ball forward, Carson should win it. Plays it across to Bellahoon. Now to Roland at the base of midfield. Moves into our half and plays forward to David Yang. He's got an overlapping runner in Connolly. Instead, he holds onto the ball himself. Now he plays it. Deep ball across towards Samuels, who clips the bar with his header. It's scrambled away again. The highlight comes to an end, so we're at least getting into good positions. And just as we saw in that last game, that right-hand side exchange to try and find Samuels off the shoulder worked so well. If we can continue finding that in this game, we're going to be doing quite well. They've got the ball here in midfield. Maxwell sends it out wide right to Clark. Back into Class in midfield. They've got 2 very deep defensive midfielders. So there is a big gap between their defensive line and their forward line. And Kanu, I spoke about him in the build-up. 8th goal of the season for him. It's an excellent strike. We're going to check this one out in 3 dimensions. He gets it from a wide area and just smashes it, I think, into the top corner on the far side. Just one of those ones where the guy just hits, like, you just press B. You don't really aim anything. You just smash B for the shoot. And it's a good finish, to be fair. But it's not good for what we want to be doing so far this season. 30 minutes played. We're going to use our Get Creative shout. We're still on positive. The worst thing that we could say is that we get to halftime. We can take the hairdryer out of our pocket. We can fire it up. We can start throwing a bit of a tantrum in halftime. And hopefully that will inspire the players to go and turn it on a bit in the second half. So at halftime, 9 shots, 2 on target, 56% possession. They've had 2 shots, 1 on target, 44%. So we have been on top. We're going to aggressively say, expect to see a much better showing from you in the second half. Everybody except one player, and we'll go and check out who that was, is fine with it. We're going to move through our attacking structure as well. The one player is Matt Carson, who's really got nothing to be upset about. And as always, we'll give it to the hour mark before we look at subs. We'll go form, fitness, whatever else. Mainly match ratings today because there's quite a few players there sitting around 6.4, 6.5. Right, 3 subs in the 62nd minute. We're going to bring on Jaden Major on the left wing. It will see Longello move to the right. David Wang will come off. Mampala will come on for Gaxa up top, and Knight will come on for Carson, who annoyed me by not responding positively to the hairdryer earlier. We are also going to use our Get Creative shout, and hopefully, as we push on and go to our attacking structure, we will start to create a few more chances. They've got the ball here, though. Played in behind for Kanu, who's already scored once. He gets a strike away. Melbourne recovers. Plays it forward towards Samuels. Flick on header is only towards Billericay, and the highlight comes to an end. Wide free kick, Clark to take. It's a good header. Jeriel Dorset, who we did look at in the build-up to this game, and I think it's Knight, who's just come off the bench and basically given them a 2-goal advantage. We'll see here how bad it is, the missed header. Yep, it's pretty bad. He was right there, and he just, I guess, closed his eyes on it. He's too big to be missing headers at the back like that. Maybe I shouldn't have taken Carson off. Melbourne, throw in here. It's poor effort. Class recovers. Carnu to Adams. Back to Clark. Ball across to Walters. Back stick. Oof. Connolly with the ball now. Long ball forward. Ugh, that's not good. Alright, we're through to the 80-minute mark now. We're going to use our demand more shout. I just want to try and pull something back, get some sort of response out of the playing group. Melbourne, deep ball across towards Mampala back post. So that's one. That's one back. That is a little bit of character. Let's see how we push on. Even if we don't get an equaliser or a winner here, right? I at least want to see us playing well enough that we're creating chances and opportunities to get a few more highlights in. Great ball from Melbourne. And Mampala really just stood still there at the top of the 18-yard box waiting for the cross to come in. And then once that movement was made, side foots that one home with ease. We will still stay top of the division, but we will miss an opportunity to go 4 points clear. Dennis is going to reset from the goal kick here. Knight with the ball. Who's given it away to Unwin from a simple area. Knight has had a terrible. Maybe I'll sell him. Maybe I'll just get rid of him entirely. 4 minutes to be added on here. We've had it all statistically, but the referee calls full time. So in the end, we had 23 shots, 9 on target and 55% possession. We had 7 shots, 4 on target and 45% for Billericay. But most importantly, Idris Kanu and Jeriel Dorset getting the goals for them aggressively. Wasn't good enough, I'm afraid. We should be winning games at home, let alone against the 21st team in the division, even if they are in decent form. So Billericay escape the drop zone. They get out of the relegation spots for the first time. What is it about Idris Kanu that I cannot remember? If you do remember, put it in the comment section below for me. Connolly wants a bit of a rest. I guess we'll deal with that in the next few weeks. But what does that do to our schedule? Our next game out is an FA Trophy game, so that's a good time to actually rest Connolly and give Abdi Sharif some time. We're probably going to look to come back. I'm not going to say it's going to be the Cambridge game, definitely, but we're probably going to look to come back around the end of March just to try and maybe get an FA Trophy quarterfinal, semi-final, whatever it might end up being in there. If we can couple that with the Cambridge game, because they have led the league so much this season, we will try and do it, but it may end up being Merthyr Town, who are currently bottom of the league. We will also keep an eye on this game against Chester as well. We'll potentially try and work that into the last episode for the league season, but it depends how we go in cup competitions. All of that great stuff that you guys already know about. As always, guys, thank you so much for watching. That is the portion that I appreciate the most. If you want to drop a like on this video to please that YouTube algorithm, by all means do so. If you want to subscribe to the channel to be kept up to date on all of our videos as they're released, please do so. If you check out the links, no, I've done the wrong side. It's been a while since I've done that. You can follow us over on Twitter at @InTheMixer_FM or our Sunday night Twitch stream, Sunday morning if you're in the UK, twitch.tv/InTheMixer_FM. But like I said at the start, thank you so much for watching. That's the part that means the most to me. As always, I've been Sean, and I'll see you all again in the Mixer.